The other side is an NFT land that is created by Yuga Labs for their metaverse. Yuga Labs, as we've discussed in our latest video regarding understanding the NFT market, is the owner of 3 of the top 5 crypto collections, or I should say NFT collections of all time. So if we look at the all-time rankings, Yuga Labs owns CryptoPunks, they own Bored Ape Yacht Club, they own Mutant Ape Yacht Club, they own Otherdeed, which is the subject of today's video, and they also own Bored Ape Kennel Club. So currently, if you add up all of the sales of all of those collections, it's in the billions of dollars. But today we're going to talk about the other side. The other side did not come without its share of controversy. The other side minted, meaning that you were able to buy the other side NFT on April 30th at 9 p.m. And once you bought it, you then had the opportunity to sell it on secondary markets, whether it be Looks Rare or OpenSea. So minting is basically when the NFT is first created and it's the first buyer of that NFT. So Yuga Labs had made announcements prior to April 30th regarding the other side. It was highly anticipated. Everyone knew once they had released the trailer several months ago that the other side was an upcoming project and that people who owned a Bored Ape Yacht Club, who owned a Mutant Ape, would be able to get an airdrop, meaning that they would get a free NFT dropped into their wallets. And also, others would have the opportunity for the public to be able to buy directly from Yuga. So after we saw that Yuga Labs was going to be coming out with this metaverse land and this game, they partnered with a company called Animoca Brands, which is a gaming company, and everyone knew that metaverse is the next play and that there is going to be high anticipation and high demand for these plots. So the name of the plots were called Otherdeeds. So the Otherdeed basically represents a plot on the other side of this other side metaverse. So if you look at this website, it's actually a really clean, really cool looking website. This was the trailer. We played that in our last video. And it goes into more detail about what the other side is going to be. It's a gamified, interoperable metaverse currently under development. The game blends mechanics from massively multiplayer online role-playing games and Web3-enabled virtual worlds. So gaming is huge, and Yuga Labs is now trying to get their piece of the gaming industry. And they also are rewarding their holders by dropping them this land, but they're also giving the public an opportunity. So the mint was on April 30th at 9 p.m. and you had to buy an ApeCoin. So ApeCoin is the cryptocurrency affiliated with the Bored Ape Yacht Club, Mutant Ape Yacht Club. Even though they're separate, they're also related in a certain way. And so now that ApeCoin is a part of that Yuga Labs ecosystem, you'll be able to buy merchandise. In this case, you'll be able to buy the NFT. You were able to mint the NFT with ApeCoin. And as you can see here, once the announcement was made, which I believe was a few days prior to the mint on April 30th, you see the price skyrocketed as people were trying to collect and make sure that they had enough ApeCoin. It was going to be 305 ApeCoin per plot. So at that time, it was approximately anywhere from $6,000 to $7,000, which is a ridiculous amount of money. But if you're in the world of NFTs, these are the types of prices that people are paying, whether it be in Ethereum terms or now in ApeCoin. This is the type of money that people are putting into NFTs. Now the game, it's gotten more expensive to get into some of these newer projects, even though there are still some projects that are a little bit more affordable. But when Bored Ape first came out which was April of 2021, it was for 0.08 ETH, which at the time was, I believe, somewhere around $300. So now if you held on to it, it's worth a lot more because Bored Ape Yacht Club is now going for anywhere from 100 plus Ethereum, which now is currently worth about 300 and something $1,000. So if you held on to that one mint that you chose to buy in April of 2021, if you held on to a Bored Ape and took all the airdrop drops, which included the Mutant Ape Yacht Club, which included the Kennel Club, and now including the plot, as well as an airdrop of ApeCoin, your current value is over $800,000. So this is a new market. It's still very new. It's still very speculative and still very risky. But if we learn how this game works, there's an opportunity to make some massive gains. So we'll go back here to ApeCoin. ApeCoin went all the way up to $26+, leading up to the sale of the Otherdeed. And then when the Otherdeed actually came out, it started to drop. Now, the sale started right at around 9 p.m. So as you can see, the price was approximately $19. So we're going to go over here in our calculator. Each Otherdeed was being sold for 305 ape land. So 305 ape land. And there were 55,000 NFTs for sale. So there's some that are going to be airdropped to owners of Bored Ape Yacht Club and Mutant Ape Yacht Club. And the other 55,000 was available to those who KYC'd, meaning know your customer. That means that you had to put in certain identifiable information. And if you did that leading up to the public mint, then you were eligible to buy these NFTs. So there were 55,000 of those that were available. So we're going to do that. 305 times 55,000. And at the time, we said ApeCoin was approximately $19. So just off the sale of those 55,000 plots, it was over $318 million that Yuga Labs received in just a couple hours' time. Now, the controversy had to do with the gas. So there was gas wars. So we mentioned in our Etherscan video what Gwei is. So let's go to Etherscan quickly. Gwei is the measurement of gas on the Ethereum blockchain. So in order for a transaction to go through, you have to pay a gas price to the miners to be able to mine that particular transaction on the blockchain. Now, if there's a congestion, then there's priority set. And if you're willing to pay more money in gas, then you're likely to have your transaction go through faster. So the number here, which is 45 now, was over 8,000 Gwei during time of mint. So it ended up turning out that if you wanted to mint the Otherdeed before it sold out, the average cost that people had to pay was nearly 2 Ethereum. Most people were not expecting that. They had already taken their sales of other NFTs. They had, put in their money to buy ApeCoin, to buy the 305 ApeCoin. They set aside a certain amount of Ethereum because it's going to be done on the Ethereum blockchain for the gas price. But most people did not expect that it was going to be that high. And 2 Ethereum at the time was nearly $6,000. So not only was it $6,000 or approximately $6,000 just to mint one deed, but also another $6,000 for gas. So a lot of people were priced out. Their transactions were canceled. They didn't get through to be able to buy the mint. And so a lot of people were very disappointed and upset about how everything went. And as you can see here, Yuga Labs addressed it on Twitter on April 30th after the mint. They said they are aware that some users had failed transactions due to the incredible demand being forced through Ethereum's bottleneck. for those of you affected, we appreciate your willingness to build alongside us. Know that we've got your back and we will be refunding gas. So there's some people whose transactions didn't go through, and normally if that happens, you can lose that gas. But Yuga Labs said that they're going to be refunding gas to those people whose transactions didn't complete. But it's very unfortunate because a lot of people bought ApeCoin prepared for the land sale, and unfortunately were unable to receive and buy those NFTs. We're going to go back to the website really quick. But as you can see, this is the vision of Yuga and the Otherside. And here are pictures of the plots. It actually looks kind of cool, but who knows exactly what this game is going to look like. There are certain plots that have what they call codas. So if you look right here, that is a coda. And so those are going for premium prices right now. And we'll check on the secondary market in a moment. So it looks very interesting. And at the time, 305 ApeCoin was equivalent to around anywhere between 2 and 2.5 Ethereum, and you were able to mint 2. So if you minted 2, it's about 5 Ethereum for 2 plots plus the 2 Ethereum to use for gas to get the transaction to go through. So most people, if you got into the mint, were able to mint these NFTs, were spending approximately 7 Ethereum or so worth, which at the time was close to $20,000 or so. So it's very expensive to get into this club. We're going to go to the secondary. It's still on the front page. There's Otherside. We'll check on that and see the sales that they're doing right now. Okay, so now we are on the Otherdeed for Otherside website on OpenSea. They have now done over $200,000 worth of secondary volume. So we're going to go back to our calculator. We're going to take this 318 million plus 200,000 times, let's see what Ethereum is going at right now. So Ethereum is going for approximately $2,791. So we're going to go back to our trusty calculator here. $2,791. And in just over 3 days, Yuga Labs and the Otherdeed for Otherside has generated over $876 million. So most likely, before the end of the week, they would have generated over $1 billion in sales for this particular NFT. So NFTs are big business. We just wanted to do a quick video so you can understand what's going on in the NFT markets. In order for us to learn as much as we can, we have to start by looking at the top. And there is no doubt that Yuga Labs and the projects under their umbrella are at the top of the game right now. We're not sure why there is such a demand for animal-related profile picture projects, particularly of apes and monkeys. That is what it is, and we'll leave that there. But at the end of the day, Yuga Labs is doing something right. They bought CryptoPunks. They bought MeBits. They created Bored Ape Yacht Club, Mutant Ape Yacht Club, Bored Ape Kennel Club, and now Otherdeed. They are the gold standard. We don't know how long that's going to be for, but they're it for now. They're on top, and everybody's looking up at them. So we'll be monitoring Yuga Labs. We'll be monitoring Otherdeed. And as you can see, the price now has dropped to 3.5. So it's actually a little bit under the average cost for most people, or right around the average cost, I should say, for most people who did get into the mint. Because if you paid the approximately 2 to 2.5 Ethereum for each plot, which was priced in ApeCoin at the time, but in Ethereum it was approximately 2 to 2.5 Ethereum, plus the 2 Ethereum that it took to pay for gas. It averaged out to be about 3.5. If you minted to the 2 Ethereum gas, was about 7 Ethereum, 3.5 Ethereum per NFT. So it initially came out of the gate very quickly. We'll go to the activity. So when it came out of the gate, you see it started, the average price was about 9 Ethereum, went all the way up to close to 10, and now it's dropped down. And as we mentioned, those who have codas, those are going for a premium. So if we go here to the filters, and where it says has coda, there's 10,000 total. So we said that there were 55,000 available for public mint. There also was airdrops to Bored Ape Yacht Club and Mutant Ape Yacht Club holders. Not all of them, looks like, have claimed their airdrops. But once all of those are claimed, this number will be 10,000. So if you look at we're going to go to buy it now so we can see what the market is for those with codas at the present time. And the lowest price is 22.99 Ethereum. So it's at approximately a 6x of what a floor, which is the lowest price NFT in this collection. So the premium for codas is approximately a 6x of what the floor is currently, going for around 23 plus. And then there's also certain codas. I've heard that there's a mega coda, and then there's also other characteristics in terms of artifacts that can be found on the land, and what the environment is. So you can filter through all these different things. So depending on what artifacts and what other resources you have on those lands could determine how much you could sell those particular pieces of plots, or I should say, in the metaverse of this Otherdeed for Otherside. So that's the current state of affairs currently. Otherdeed is already number 7 on the all-time rankings of sales volume, and it's only been out just over 3 days. It's pretty spectacular what Yuga Labs has done up to this point. We'll be keeping a watchful eye. There's no doubt that Wall Street will soon, if they haven't already, keep a watchful eye. So we're following the money. Please stay tuned. We look forward to connecting with you soon. In the meantime, take care. Bye-bye.